Meow. What do you want? Right, let's see if I can figure this out. So stop. What? I already gave you food pudding. Let me work. Yes. Wait.
It's just an obby.
That's Roblox?
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Okay, so this one is working. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm just testing the feedback. Hello. Hello. Testing. Seems a bit quiet. Hello. And the cat is back. Meow, meow, meow.
Let me check my sound settings. Yeah, don't mind the feedback, just I'm setting this up. I don't see anything wrong here. YouTube. Yay. Interesting. Cool. Let me check if YouTube streaming it's recording sound, audio, I mean, like music. Bum, 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 bum. Excuse me. Looks like YouTube has a higher delay than Twitch. Mm. Uh, Shift S to split. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it's also streaming the music, which it shouldn't. Yeah, I can see it's also streaming the music, which it shouldn't. Yeah, I can see it's also streaming the music, which it shouldn't. Yeah, I can see it's also streaming the music, which it shouldn't. Mute. Let's try mute. Let's try now. Hello. Okay. I can isolate the music. The music, that's fine. Hello. Latency, it's higher than Twitch, but it's acceptable. There's also setting to change it, but seems okay. Mute. Oh, I was muted. I was talking to you, Tommy, and I was muted. Hello, hello. Now I have feedback, but that's expected. Is the volume okay? Just seems too quiet for me. Are you winning, son? Yeah, because I popped into your stream like was it 2 days ago? I think over the weekend. God damn it! All right, let me just tweet something and then I'll start working. No, I'm not using. I'm just using OBS with a plugin. At some point I need to try Stream Elements or something like that to make the stream a bit fancier. But at the moment it's just a plugin. Right. Yeah, I can send you the link. Give me a moment. So it's this. And you'll probably need, what was it? Let me check the video I was looking as a reference to set it up. So history, and we have so in short, I left, let me see. So I left Twitch streaming as usual. So if we go here, let's see, Twitch stream. So basically I didn't change the settings. I think I might have changed like the bit rate. I'm not sure if I needed to, but anyway, the way it works is, as far as I understand, is, oh wait, my wife is calling. Give me a moment. Right, I'll actually start working a bit. God damn it. Why isn't this copying? Copy. Yeah, I didn't change anything, so I left everything as I had. So if you're streaming on Twitch already, as you are, you basically don't need to change anything there. So for example, right, so this, and then what the only thing I did was I added the new target here. So you should have this multiple output thing. If you're not like it shows in the video, you need to go. If it's not showing up, you can go. Where was it? This docs multiple output, and it will show this as a separate window. So like this, let's say it might show up like this hovering somewhere, and then you can just dock it, modify. Basically, the only thing you have to do is copy the URL, copy the key. That's it. I didn't change anything else. Everything else was default. Obviously, I might have to tweak some things, but it seems to be working. I didn't change anything. Because what this does is basically, if you leave the default settings, as far as I understand, so when you start streaming, so you're basically encoding for Twitch. What the plugin does is reuses that same stream to send it to all the outputs, right? Which basically means you're only encoding once and sending it to both YouTube and Twitch. What the heck? So did you get it working? Right, I'm going to grab some water, some coffee, and I'll be right back, and then I'll start working. This is an application basically that shows progress on your source code repo, basically. I didn't create this. It's called Gork or something like that. Let's see. It basically shows, like, since the project started, like the changes to the source code in a funny way. So you can see me moving around, changing the files. This little guy going around. It's me submitting things to the repo. Right, I'll be right back. I need to grab some coffee. I'm back. Let's see what I'm going to be working today. For now, it's just going to be clean up and some small improvements. You still there, Tommy? Are you winning, son? Feeling a bit, I don't know, I'm not sure how work's gonna go today. Feeling a bit spaced out. Might be hard to focus. We'll get started and then we'll see how it goes. Also, what's that? 7 TV. You lost me. What's that about? What's that for? I see some emote stuff. I need to take a look at all that stuff. I need to improve the way the stream looks. Need to pimp it up. Right. Let's get back to this. Lazy git. Okay, this I have a list of small things to fix. First I need to clean up the changes I have and then I'll start ticking those boxes. Oh yeah, excuse me. Right. Right. So front face. What's with the translate. Yeah, we'll probably also need this. Cat. Yeah, if you have cats, the stream gets successful. Cats fix everything. I'm gonna try and stream without music today.
God damn it.
Looks like the weather is improving, so I will probably be out to do some exercise at some point. All right. Rotate. Access. Rotation angle. Yeah, I can. Most of the time, I'm listening to music, but sometimes some days I just feel like fatigued. Like I don't want any noise some days. If that makes sense. Just well, and then I'm having stuff on my head, and no, some days it's like that. Some days I just want silence. So we'll see how work goes today. I'm not feeling great. I mean, I'm not sick, but I don't feel in the zone. So I'll give it a go. I'll start working, and then we'll see how it feels. If I can't focus, I'll just go and do some exercise. After that, I will probably feel better. Let me just take some notes, start writing what I'm doing, get in the mood. Let's move this a bit further. Just adjusting the windows to have more space for work. Okay, I need to debug this crap. Wait, I think these are wrong. 50-50. These are swapped. So if I do 0, 0, and then 50. Yes. These are wrong. 50. The normal mapping is wrong. It might have been something I was doing yesterday and I forgot to fix. Normal mapping. OpenGL. No, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. This. There we go. Now the normal mapping is working fine. Generate cube. Why isn't this one getting cold? There we go. What the heck? Oh, because I'm in development. I'm in the wrong build. I need debug. Stupid me. Excuse me. Right, let's give it a go. Basically, the first thing I'm doing is finishing the material preview. Need to add more preview shapes. Need to improve the camera so I can spin around the mesh for previewing the materials. Let's look at the normals. Yeah, normals. Pointing towards me, that's fine. Yeah. Whoop. So front face. Now let's do, we can do the back. Back. Normal -1. Now if we do this and rotation, it's angle in degrees, I don't remember. No, this is in radians. Spin it around and then move to the negative Z. So this should not change anything, it's fine, but Actually, it should have changed something because I am having. God damn it! There's a bug here. So this should move the mesh. It didn't. Oh, because I need to recreate it. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, now it's fine. So we're gonna rotate, and then move it. I think that's fine. So if we do this, we should have one in the back. But no, what am I missing? Ah, because I need to merge it back. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is front, back, and then all right. There we go. Front and back. So basically I had a plane and I'm making it a cube. So this is gonna be pointing X. It's gonna be pointing like this. 1. And we rotate around this. And then gonna move it along the X. Not left, right. There we go. Let's look at this. So this is the front, normal, yeah, back, normal pointing back, right. Huh. I mean, this is all close to 0, but why is it doing this? Let's give it another go here. Rotate. Hmm. Gonna do the left. What am I missing here? Yes, translation. So so we have this, and then where we have 0, 0. So this is the front, and then the sides. The back. Now I just need the top and bottom. And this, let me think, minus this will be 0. Yes, this. And x and 0. This will point down. See you in a bit. We have the, no, whoops, top. So if we have doesn't matter now to the right. I'm just thinking about the orientation in space. Right, so I think this needs to be swapped. Normals one. So pointing, where is it pointing up? That's here. That's fine. Now we just need the bottom. Right, so cube is fixed. I need to, the sphere is still messed up because I changed my coordinate system a few days ago. So a bunch of stuff is just swapped around. So the sphere is not the right orientation. Cube is fine. So I'm gonna clean this up. Okay, so try to understand which way the rotation, basically, depending on the rotation, one way or the other, what makes it visible. From what I see online, this rotate uses the right hand rule. So where are we? So this guy, the front, back, right. So we start. Okay. It's fine. Negative. So negative, positive. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's remove this. I mean, remove the ones that are not used now. So this guy goes. And this one stays. Now I need to look at the sphere. Oh, God damn it. Should be sleeping. Speaking of which, let me check my recovery from training yesterday. Training status productive, not bad. It's saying that I could still take a break today, but I probably should go for a small run. If possible, I'll take my kids. They went out for a run with me yesterday, but Jesus, that was hard. They kept moaning and moaning and all right, let's see what we do here then. So we're gonna do scale. Now, first I want to understand the orientation of the sphere before I start moving stuff around. All right, so back to the sphere. Now shape. We have slices. I'm gonna simplify. Need less, basically I want less vertices, so it's easy to debug. Look at the shape. Points. -1. Scale. Yep. What's this? Metric sphere. Gate plane. That's it. Does it say? Does the documentation say the location? Sphere. Create parametric sphere. Do, 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 do. I just don't like. This is expected. I just don't like the way it creates like the poles. I don't like this kind of sphere. I prefer. There's another one which looks better. It's this one. So divide the sphere. This one looks good, but it doesn't have texture coordinates. Right. I was just Googling how can I add texture coordinates to this one. So I'm going to try that. But then I need to add the names. Music. Here. Not this. Okay. What? Creational ways. All right, let's see if this works. So I'm gonna copy this and let's go here. What the heck is this? Copy. That's the expression, that's fine. So we have by and epsilon, I think. Epsilon, what's that? Minus 12. Yes, I can. I guess I can leave it like this and see what happens. Corner. Points. Points. Almost. All right, let's copy this. Using GLM, it's better. So we're gonna remove this. Ish. Damn, that's a big one. It's a big one. Yeah, this should be fine. Mesh triangles. Creating this is, yes, that's fine. And normals, we're gonna free these ones, that's fine. Relocate for yeah, that's fine. I don't really need all these errors. I mean, this all. I'm not assuming this to fail, so what I'm gonna do is check. So epsilon squared math epsilon yeah. Basically, I can do this. What was the name of the wait. Normalize. Source. Once I get this working, I'll still be able to simplify this further by using basically casting this pointer to actually vec3, and then I can simplify some stuff here. Yeah. But first I'll try and get it working. 2. So we have math epsilon it's not a function. So division 2. Subdivisions. Yes, that's fine. Diameter and I don't think I need this one here now. Let's go with this. Fingers crossed. Triangles. Let's look at the points. See. And this will create a lot more vertices. Did it? Didn't change it. Wait. No, this is wrong. So what the heck is wrong here? Let's try this. Okay. Maybe it is fine. Excuse me. So right, I can probably just now rotate the mesh to get the texture to show up in the right position. You should put the UVs. Not sure if this will work fine. So let's experiment. go, but it's flipped, which means now let's increment this to this. Creates more subdivisions, will look smoother, but I will still even need more. Yeah, it's not too bad already. Ish, but the top, yeah, but I guess this is normal because of the texture. Right. So this is fine. Yep. And if I do 0 and now move the light to the bottom, it's fine, to the top. Yep. So normal mapping is working fine. I local void engine and game. Welcome to the chat. Sorry, I didn't see your message. So working in the engine and the game, the moment obviously working on the engine first. I will be prototyping gameplay maybe in a month or two. So the plan is by the end of the year, I want to have a game prototype and basically just explore gameplay ideas. I have a bunch of stuff done for the game that I need. Some tech that I've been working over the years, but I don't actually have gameplay yet, if that makes sense. Just there is something I want to do in the game world, and I've been working on that tech for a bunch of years. Okay, let's increase the subdivisions, see how it looks. And what else was I doing? So if I increase this to, let's say, 3 or 4. God damn. Lots of triangles. Well, looks smooth, obviously. But this texture is not appropriate for a sphere. But looks okay. Let me experiment with something else. I had a texture, the world map texture. Right. And let's see. This. Yeah, let's see how this looks. So I'm gonna download Earth. So basically it's this. And I'm going to download all this stuff. Specular. 8K. Let's go with 2K. And lights, clouds, normal map. Specular, I don't need specular. The engine, I've been working on the engine since December, maybe. So I'm working on this full time at the moment. But so the engine, less than a year. But there is some other tech that I need for the game that I've been working on since 2012. So, but obviously on my free time, because I had a job. Right now I decided to do this full time. So would have been faster. But what I have done is, if I was working on it full time, I probably have like maybe 4 years worth of work, I guess. No, obviously when you say, oh, 2012, it's like, man, if you've been working on this for so long. Yeah, but it was on my free time, right? And when I was at Epic Games, I was not allowed to work on it. So for a few years, progress was very slow. I can show you what I have, but depends if you are. Do you know any coding? If you know any coding and you have any low level knowledge, then you will understand what I want to do. But let me get this to work first. So we have, let's save this, save. I want to test the sphere with an actual good texture. So if we go save as, download, okay. And oops, I already have it. I'll give you a quick tour then. You'll probably get it then. If you have any knowledge of programming, you'll get it. So in short, the game I'll be working on, it's a space-based game. First, sorry for the people that heard this plenty of times. So it's a space-based game, and you have your own spaceship, whatever the game ends up being, because that's the gameplay. That's the thing. I need to experiment with gameplay and see what's fun. But anyway, space-based game. You have your spaceship, and the spaceship has a computer, like you see in the movies, right? And it just happens that any computer system in the game, like the ship computer, is actually a fully simulated computer. So it works like a proper little computer, and you can code for it. You can change anything you want. So I have most of that stuff done. So I developed fictional like instruction set, toolchain around it. I can simulate thousands of computers per server, but I can give you a quick tour of what I have, if this is working at the moment, because there was a Visual Studio update, so not sure if this is working at the moment. Let's see. Reload. So let's see what you see here. Let me just move all this stuff around. Now I've showed this plenty of times, so people that anyone else on the stream that I've showed this, just sorry, plenty of times. So let me just move stuff around so you can see. Where the hell is it? So what you see here is this. This is the server. All the white stuff like this window, this window, this window. This is the tool chain. This will not be available for players to begin with. This is advanced stuff for me. At some point I will release this in some form. But anyway, so this is a custom-made editor and toolchain for the computers. So if we go here and do, let's say, so at the moment, so the server is simulating one computer. You can see here. So this basically connects to the server, and you can see all the machines that are being simulated. So this is one computer being simulated. You can see here the specs, and then this is kind of a view into the computer. So this is the computer, but it's actually not running here, right? So this is basically grabbing stuff from the server, and so you can see it. So if we go, let me just add some logging here. Again, this is all kind of development tools for me at the moment. For the players, I'll need to do this in a way that has like a retro feeling, right? So it needs to be something really easy to use. So this is very advanced. So I need to come up with something that's very, very easy to use. Otherwise, this will just be too much stuff for players. Like, this would not be a game. But anyway, let's go Hello World. So, do you know any assembly? See, if you know assembly, right? So this is a minimal Hello World application in assembly, and so that's a good question. Casual coding. That's what I want to experiment with, because basically I have a fully simulated computer, right? You can code with assembly, with C. You have an editor for it, but obviously this is too complicated, right? So I will have to, for the gameplay itself, I need to have some kind of higher level interface around this, right? Like coding with blocks. Blocks, I'm not sure I would go with blocks, but some kind of scripting language that's very, very high level, right? But it would still be running on the computer, right? So I need to come up with a higher level thing for this. The same way you're using Lua, right? You're using Lua, and you know that the computer doesn't run Lua directly, right? So I need to come up with some higher level language for this that will be running like Lua. So if I run this, you will see. Right, sorry, I need to run. No, so you see here, Hello World. So this is the minimum thing you need in assembly. And then you can code in C. At the moment, I have a proper operating system. So this is actually basically the computer allows advanced features like modern computers, like you can have virtual memory, you can have memory protection. So you can actually code a proper operating system for it if you want. And what, in short, the default operating system will do everything you need in the game. So let's say the ship has shields, weapons, you know, the reactor, doors, lights. So all that stuff will be connected to the computer and can be controlled by the computer. They are just peripherals, right, connected to the computer. And the default operating system will allow you to control everything, like you don't need to code. So basically, I already have kind of the basic operating system for that. So what you see here, the operating system is booting, and it has a proper kernel already. I can have threads, processes. So basically, most of the hard stuff, it's already done. So I can actually have I have a preemptive kernel basically. And now I just need to build the apps on top. Like what I mean by the apps is like I have a kernel, and now I need to have like the actual interface in the game. Imagine you go to the game world, you walk to the computer, and they need to have a screen with some interface to control lights and doors, whatever. And there you go. And I can simulate thousands of computers per server. Hello, Tommy. Welcome back. Right, I'm gonna turn this off and go back to the coding, to the engine. Once I start working on gameplay, I will be basically integrating this into a game world, so I can actually walk to a computer and see the screen and interact. And then I need to experiment with gameplay ideas, see what's fun. Because the main thing is you'll be going around with your ship doing whatever, mining, fighting, boarding other ships. But I am fully aware that this is a tough sell. The coding part is a tough sell. So it needs to be done in a way that's higher level, retro styles, you know what I mean? Just like easy to use. Otherwise, it's like dead. Dead on arrival. It needs to be something really easy to use. But I need to make it in a way that you actually don't need to code. So the game, whatever the game ends up being, needs to be fun without coding. Because if you require coding, I think it's a very tough sell. That's why I want to have an operating system that does everything by default, does everything you need in the game, whatever the game is. You can just use the computers as it is. And then the coding is just an extra huge Easter egg, basically. If you are technically inclined, you can start experimenting with, customizing your ship. I will make available the specifications for the machine, like how it works, the instruction set. And then eventually, if the game turns out successful, I hope the community, will create, port compilers, add more languages, because it's a fully simulated machine, right? So the only thing you need to do is code a new firmware. Firmware, by firmware, I mean operating system, right? You can code a new firmware or a new operating system. And you can have anything you want in the game, right? You can have your own language, your own compiler. Okay. So we have normal map. Let's go back to this. We have clouds, night map, day map. What the heck is this? What's the day map? Ah. Right, so we're gonna do this. And damn it. All right. Content, assets, textures. Thank you for welcoming me. No problem, bro. Alright, so we have. I need to change the format of one of these things. So if I go here and what is it? Normal. I think the normals are actually reversed, but yes, I think they are. Are they? So we have. Yeah, I think the normals might be reversed, but I have a flip flag to reverse that. So save as PNG. All right, let's create a new material for this. See how it looks. So we're gonna go and the map. I need to come up with a faster way to do these things. Just takes a while to navigate all this stuff. And now we're gonna go to clouds. Night map. Night map. And then need another one, which is the normal. And this is the one that I think I will have to flip. If I go here, flip this over, yeah. It's hard to see for you guys on stream, but I can flip between DirectX and OpenGL, the normal map. So this is original. You probably can't see in the stream. I did some stuff in the engine, some streaming stuff. We had a plugin. I think it's still in the engine. I'm sure it doesn't look like the way I did it back then, but that was like 2019 or something. So I did some stuff in the engine mostly for streaming gameplay and recording gameplay footage, like encoding video. Some minor audio work. I used to help the audio team with some stuff, like because of the stuff I was doing with the video and gameplay. No, any bugs I would find in the audio code. I used to work in audio programming a long time ago, so anything I found, I would normally help them fix it. And then I moved to the EOS SDK team. So you know the overlay you see, Epic overlay, when you're playing like in Steam, you can have an overlay for Epic. So the last few years I was in that team. We still use the engine, but just the core. We didn't do any gameplay stuff. We would just use the core of the engine to make the SDK cross-platform, basically. I left in 2023. It was just me. It's been a few years. Okay, so let me think about this. So I need to let's look. Need to flip this, methinks. And now let's create a material. Materials, earth. Now assets. God dang it, boy! This is wrong. I can actually rename all this crap, I think. From prefix materials to rename. There we go. Now what I can do is create new material. We're gonna do bada bing bada boom. We're going to specify the shader, and now let's set the textures. So if we go albedo, that's the day map. Looks decent. Looks decent. Obviously needs more light. Let's see how it looks like. So if we do auto rotate, let's get what? Let's get the normal map. So dark. Night map. Sheesh, too much. So if I get this closer, here we go. Got the light closer. You lost me. What do you mean? My engine? Can you clarify? I don't know what you mean. Talking about my engine? Or talking about Unreal Engine? Just reflections are obviously this is not an actual MRA texture, right? This is clouds. It should be used as another albedo, but just to see how it looks like. Metallic roughness. Yeah. Obviously, like I said, these clouds don't work properly. Huh. With occlusion. The heck? At some point I need to debug these things. I'm not sure if they are working properly. Ambient occlusion. This might be interacting with the normals. That's the only explanation I have. No. So whenever you're creating a game in Unreal, sometimes it can be a game feature and it can be a tool for development, right? So imagine you're playing a game. You know, like when you're using like, I think the NVIDIA overlay also does that. You can have like a ring buffer, and basically you're playing something and they go, oh, the last, something really awesome just happened in the game, and then you hit the shortcut key and records, saves to a file the last 30 seconds of gameplay, right? Because the game is always recording the last 30 seconds or 1 minute, whatever you want. So you have a buffer of the last footage. So that was a plugin in the engine, but it didn't mean that it was just for saving to file. Basically, it would create a ring buffer, and then it could be streamed, it could be saved to a file, and it was handy for even development, like to just save the footage. Like imagine you're working on something, and then you want to just file a bug report, and you just record the footage, and you have the little clip. So yeah, recording and streaming, like you say, just made it easier to record the gameplay footage, basically. But that was nothing major. I was using the library, so NVEnc. So NVEnc is the library from NVIDIA to do hardware encoding, and then you have the one from AMD, AMF, I think. Forgot the name. It's been a few years. You would use hardware encoding if available. But if you go look at the engine now, it's probably still there, but probably looks very different. You know, someone else picked it up. Let's stop this, and we're gonna go and we're gonna go and increase this. So we're gonna go top. I'm not sure if these textures are fine. Let me see. So yeah, they seem smudged. Yeah, these are not showing up properly. It's no big deal at the moment, but I will have to improve this. It might be just a texture. Let me see. So this is the texture I got. Anyway, this is good enough. Sphere fixed. Where is Portugal? What the heck? Am I blind? Wait, this is flipped. This is Portugal, so it means it's flipped. Let me think. I think the UVs are flipped. I can easily test that by doing the following, which is we do this. And let's stop. Look, it's the Borg. It's a Borg from Star Trek. Let's stop the auto rotate. Wait. So the cube is actually showing fine. Portugal is there. But the sphere, it's not. Portugal. Just checking the orientations if everything is fine. Right, so we have here, yeah. I think it's just a sphere that's messed up. So if we go here and we do awesome face, awesome sauce, sphere. I bet this will look, wait. And we open this. Yeah, you see the eyes are pointing to the top right. And if I go here, it's top left, so it's flipped. Right, I need a toilet break. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I need to go and make lunch for the kids to eat. What? Where did you put them? Fall into the toilet. Get flushed. All right. Thank you, Tommy. This is messy. Trying to figure out what's what. What? So this would be. So we're gonna do, I think I need to flip something here. I think the V is flipped. Flippity flippers. Yeah. Up, left. Okay. Yeah. Y, I see. Yeah. UV. Yeah, this also needs to change. X, Z. Yeah. And corner. Horizontal. Kind of. It's from, this is a famous image like that you can see if you go to the Learn OpenGL website, they use this a lot. I'm not sure where originally it's from, right? Let's say texture. See, I don't know where it's originally from. So float, what is that? Float. God damn it, what the hell is that? You. Said. Yeah, okay. So let's change. X. Set. Eu vi. Excuse me. X, Z. Generate sphere. Okay. This is still, damn it, like this. Trying to figure out what's what. Right. So if I flip this over, this doesn't make any difference. And if I do this, there we go. Although the poles, you can see like the poles there. Yeah. Let's try. Ish. Damn. What have I messed up? It was looking better before. What have I done? Could it be just this? Let's give it a go. Yeah. It's fine. I'll just rotate the sphere. So we can do there we go. Now let's disable the lights to make sure the normals are working fine. So if you put one above, below, to the side, yes, yes. I guess I'll leave it like this. The only thing I want to change is like this. Okay, yeah, so this is the middle. So I need to yaw the sphere. But the X is still flipped. So the middle is going to be this. Yeah. And I probably need to flip. My name is Rui. That's my first name. Rui. So basically, it's kind of my full name. So my first name is Rui. Surname is Figueira, and MV. It's just like kind of middle names. So Rui Figueira. Oh yeah. Let's give this one another go. So I'm gonna copy this. Copy and Cool. Why isn't this working? Let's see what happens here with this. I don't need this. Come on. All right. Okay. Let's add more lights here because it's hard to see the other side. There we go. So this. So it's rotated, but it's not flipped. I could just rotate the sphere to fix the way it looks, but that's the wrong thing. If I flipped along the X, Okay, so this is not doing anything, and I think it's fine. I mean, if I do it before. Flip V, what is the V? V. This should flip the V, but then this is still wrong. Yeah. Okay. Right, I am going to stop the stream for a bit, and I need to go and make lunch. So I will be back after that. Right, see you guys later. I will be back maybe in like 40 minutes, an hour or so. Right, take care. Bye-bye. Yes.